We got Grant Dawson, 1-0 out of Lincoln, just moved to Kansas City to train with James Krause. He lives in the Fighter House there. James Krause has an awesome program he's got going on. He puts all these fighters up in the house, and they all train together. They live together. It's a really cool thing he's got going on. But he's fighting Matt Williams, who's extremely experienced compared to his 1-0. Matt beat Tate Wright, who we just seen had a nice knockout victory.
I will say I know from when Grant was an amateur, he was going to come fight for me a couple times, but it was very hard to get fights for him because guys weren't willing to fight him because they weren't quite ready in their career to take that risk.
Right.
And I know that it's been tough for him to get fights. I don't know about the pro side, but I guess we'll see. I agree with you. I think this is a dangerous fight because you got a guy. I mean, we just seen what Tate can do, and Matt beat him.
Yeah, it's and Matt Williams is another one of the guys. He trains at McDoyle's. He's got good stand up. He's got good ground game. He's really, really well rounded, and he's kind of pissed off. He's a little upset that this, this 1-0 pro, that hasn't really done as much as he's done in the sport as he kind of puts it, is getting all this hype compared to him. It makes him mad that he's not the one getting the hype and so he's the only other thing we really talked about when me and him spoke briefly yesterday is he doesn't want Grant Dawson to come down and take him down and hold him there for 3 rounds. Which Grant can do.
Absolutely. I know Matt has a lot of experience. I know a lot of people think that Grant is, like the next big thing. Obviously, he's taken his training to another level. And when a kid like Grant, makes the grown-up decision, I think it's a grown-up decision to pack up, put everything in a bag, move to Kansas City to train with some of the best guys around, that's a big deal. And that Grant was good before, and he should be, all things said, he should be a lot better or more improved anyway, just with the guys he's got around him now.
Right.
Here's Grant Dawson opting for the Star Wars entrance music.
He's got James Krause in his corner. With someone like James Krause in your corner, you can't help but be confident.
Yeah, and like you say, you're in James Krause's fighter house. James Krause is a current UFC fighter, so he's still hungry. He's constantly, training hard. So Grant's getting part of that every day, and all the guys that are in there with James yourself, when you're a low level pro and you have James Krause, who's a current UFC stud,
right?
To train with. I mean, man, that's got to be a huge, not only for a skill boost, but that's going to be a huge confidence boost.
Huge. But at the same time, Matt Williams has got a fire about him right now. He doesn't like this kid. He doesn't, and it's nothing Grant did to him.
He just feels disrespected by,
hey, right.
I'm 7-3. This kid's 1-0. He doesn't belong in here with me. Well, I guess we'll find out.
Yes, we will.
And people take notice.
That's the best part about this sport. We can speculate all we want.
Absolutely.
We can guess and sit back here and act like we know what we're talking about. But no matter what, they're gonna at the end of our conversation, they're gonna fight.
Yep.
We're gonna know.
Once the cage door goes shut, it's just them two. And I always felt and still feel anybody can beat anybody on any given day. 1-0 versus 20-0. Either guy can win. Just who lands the punch. who catches him, the other guy making the mistake and gets a submission.
And here we go, right here.
155-pound pro bout, Matt Williams in the black, the camouflage, you can't really say, it looks camouflage shorts. And Grant Dawson in the black and white shorts.
Grant Dawson moving forward. Nice knee by Matt Williams.
Knee. I'm sure they worked on that, knowing that he was going to try to take him down.
Nice takedown by Grant Dawson.
And Matt's worry in his weigh-in interview was, I'm worried about being held down. Well, you got to stop it.
He's worried about being submitted.
Yeah, right now he needs to worry about the rear naked choke. But, you got to stop it.
Matt Williams is a gamer, though. Like we said, one of them positions isn't as high percentage as it used to be. I like the control I see from Grant Dawson, though. Nice reversal by Matt Williams.
Nice reversal. And it goes right, transit. It's right for a triangle choke.
Nice pass by Matt Williams. As of right now, this early in the fight, it's looking like his experience is he's just all over Grant Dawson. But Grant slows it back down.
Well, it should have boosted Matt's confidence a little bit that, Grant did have him down and he reversed it and got back to his feet. But you can't give up the mount. You can't give up the mount. That's a dangerous position, just not only for the strikes, but for giving up your back. But, that's what got him back reversed the other way is, because like I said, the rear naked choke just ain't what it used to be in terms of high percentage finishing move. And boom, we're right back. But he really needs to, if he's trying for the guillotine, and I was saying he really needs to just, go away from that because you just get a good wrestler like Grant, they'll just power through it and take it in.
Right. And pass. Now, is the fact that Grant is right in here hanging with him and passing his guard and mounting him and taking him down, is this slowly one of those things where it starts getting into your head where, Matt doesn't believe that Grant belongs being here with him?
Yeah, I don't know who said it might get into. I got a feeling that Grant Dawson thinks he can walk through most people, and I'm pretty sure he thought he would walk through Matt. So does this up Matt's confidence, or does it down Grant's confidence that Grant hasn't finished him yet? I don't know. Beautiful transition.
Beautiful transition to the armbar.
Oh, he was tapping. I was going to say he was tapping. We
got Grant Dawson with the armbar finish. First round. What a huge statement from a 1-0 professional fighter.
A 1-0 fighter. 2-0 now.
2-0 over Matt Williams, 7-3.
Yeah.
With wins over real tough guys.
10 pro bouts. It's a lot of experience. That's a tough experience
and
to deal
numerous
with.
Amateur fights. Matt Williams was around a long time as an amateur.
I thought we'd just sit here and enjoy the music.
It was a good song. It's a real good song.
And if you're a Star Wars nerd, you probably love it.
Probably.
You probably would. You probably like Jar Jar Binks, don't you?
Don't tell anybody.
Closet Jar Jar Binks fan.
There's been some great fights and some nice upsets.
So you're the one. No, that was, I really didn't know how to call that at first. I didn't know if Matt's experience was going to overtake him, or if Grant would just settle in there. But
now you're at 2-0. What's next on the agenda?
Well, we got a lot of things to work on back home, but I just want to thank my sponsors. I want to thank Cage Combat Wear. I want to thank Good Life Construction, especially Good Life Construction. They've helped me through all of my fights. They're great guys. I love them to death. I want to thank my parents, my mom and dad. They've supported me since I was born. But I love you guys. I want to thank all my friends and fans for coming out. Thank you guys. I love you guys.
Don't forget your boys over here.